Isso, Malaka. Oh, looks like it's gonna be another shitty podcast. Oh, what else is new? Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 48.
It was supposed to be a fun vacation romance. 29-year-old Zelia Shamagalova was enjoying her summer vacation on a paradise island when she decided to swipe right on Tinder. What followed was the unimaginable, her disappearance, and later the discovery of her body. She'd been murdered, stabbed to death, but what's more, her tongue had been cut out, apparently so she couldn't yell for help.
The removing of a tongue has often happened as a way of punishment for betrayal or lying.
And that's the motive, betrayal. Because apparently, Zelia's Tinder date got jealous when she was interested in another guy. Before we go too far into the specifics of this case, let's focus on the most important facts. 29-year-old Zelia was a university lecturer from Russia, and she was vacationing on the African island of Mauritius. It's a tropical vacation destination about 700 miles east of Madagascar in the Indian Ocean. Zelia was last seen on August 17th, wearing a white and blue dress, getting into a blue Toyota on the island. She was leaving her rental apartment, and a local man was giving her a ride. But when she didn't return back to her rental apartment, the friend she was traveling with reported her missing. Around the same time, Zelia's family started getting some pretty strange messages from her phone, saying things like Zelia was going off the grid, she was disappearing on purpose, and she didn't want any more contact with her family. That didn't seem right to them or her friend, and as the investigation continued, it soon pointed in the direction of her Tinder date. That's this guy, 29-year-old Puryavar Singh Sundar, an IT engineer who is an islander. Investigators say he and Zelia connected on Tinder, but here's where the facts diverge. Some reports say they met before she made it to the island, and others say they only connected when she arrived. But either way, we do know that they matched on Tinder and were confirmed to be together. And it was Sundar who gave investigators more details about Zelia's murder, because he admitted to it. Investigators found some blood in his car, and after that, he led them to an area of the island called La Marie, just a 25-minute drive from the part of the island where Zelia and her friend were staying. There, Sundar led law enforcement to a shallow grave where Zelia's body was left behind. She was naked and had multiple stab wounds. Sundar admitted to mutilating Zelia's body and even cutting up her tongue. He says this was so she couldn't scream for help. All this happened on August 22nd, just 5 days after Zelia first disappeared. And according to Sundar, the motive for her murder was that Zelia was apparently unfaithful to him, that she cheated on him with someone else. Sundar told detectives he loved her and even planned to marry her and that she betrayed him. So he pretended like he was going to take her sightseeing and instead pulled out a knife and stabbed her to death. To make sense of the case as we know it right now, I reached out to retired police commander and host of the Profiling Evil podcast, Mike King.
Clearly, the victim in this case took a great deal of risk, and it's not victim shaming. But when we choose to do things like this, we increase our level of risk. Meeting someone online is inherently more dangerous than meeting someone through relationships that you have with other people, because it's the unknown introduced into this. And so when I think about these things that aren't being said, my mind starts racing toward who is this man who has murdered this woman. It's really interesting to me, the process and the actual steps that he took along the way, and were they really consistent with someone who all of a sudden was outraged because they felt like their newfound love had cheated on them, or was it some predatory behavior, and that is what then groomed and brought this woman to the island where he could act out his fantasies. So I find myself shifting back and forth between the victimology, the study of who the victim is, and the suspectology, and what is it in his past What is it about his previous behaviors that would be predictive of what happened in this particular case, if in fact that can be resolved?
The story we're talking about today, Zalia's story, is a really gruesome one, and honestly hard to talk about at all. But I do think it's important to tell her story and to keep her memory alive. And one of the ways I'm able to do that is because of our sponsors. One of our sponsors is City Lips, and I recently started using the product, and I actually really like it.
Wow. Whew. Wow. That's crazy. Not the story that I've been playing the last 5 minutes. The fact that they would actually use the story and then segue it into an actual commercial. That is, wow. That's, wow. Law and Crime Network, you're awesome. But maybe you should learn to kind of weave really disturbing online dating stories to, to profit for your website. Really? Wow. But anyways, oh Christ. Anyways, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a really crazy story. And yeah, I mean, like the guy said, when you introduce, the whole unknown factor in dating, like online dating, it gets to be a little scary. Now, I mean, obviously the shit doesn't happen every day, but I mean, man, it's crazy. And especially women, you got to be extra careful out there who you're going to come across. Get to know the guy maybe before you meet up on an island, just I'm just saying, again, I'm not blaming anybody in this situation. This is, I'm not blaming the woman here or all that. I'm just saying, like, honestly, you have to do your research, okay? Just really get to know someone, guy, girl, it doesn't matter, okay? And I don't know. I hope this guy gets the fucking chair. But the point is, please do your research before doing this online thing, because I've said this before and I'm going to keep saying it again. It is just a shit show. I mean, it really is. It's just pretty insane. You don't even know a lot of times who you're going to deal with. You could date someone for, a few days, a few months, who knows. But yeah, just, be careful. That's all. But as always, this is episode lovely number 48. My God, this is getting to be pretty monotonous at this point. And the only reason why I use that word is because I heard it one time on a Three Stooges episode, and it means repetitive. So there you go. So this one woman I talked to, and I do mean talk in a very, very loose way. I basically just talked to her online for a little bit. And, then we graduated to texting, and, we all know that, never, that never goes wrong. And I just wanted to know more about her, but I wanted to give her a call, and she was kind of breaking my balls a bit. I don't know, maybe she thought it was funny. Maybe it's passive-aggressive shit. Maybe she's been through some shit in the past with other guys and her stepfather. Who knows? But I give her a call. And, I get a voicemail, and the voicemail went something like this. There's nobody here. Please leave a message. Beep. And I said out loud, did you really just fake a voicemail just so you couldn't talk to me? And as I'm saying that, she's like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is, it pretty much went downhill from there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, you could tell she was really angry, and I didn't do anything wrong before. I was just trying to communicate with her in English, and I don't know, I couldn't do it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I think a lot of people on here are, and again, I've been guilty of this too. I'm, not innocent in any of this either. But at the same time, I think a lot of people come on. I think a lot of people do the online dating thing because they literally think they're going to win the lottery. I think it's one of those things where, okay, I'm going to take a shortcut, in dating instead of going out and making the effort. I'm just going to stay home and whatever. And again, I know it's the new norm. I'm not stupid, not really, but still, you got to think to yourself like, like again, you get what you pay for. So if something bad happens to you or whatever, but it is what it is. But don't take it on the next person. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know. Like I've had weird voicemails in the past, and I don't know. Some women you can tell are it's set up for a scam because they don't even have a voicemail, and the person you're trying to reach does not have a voicemail, And I love at the end when they go, when you eventually reach the person, can you please, tell them that they got to fix their voicemail or initiate it or blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do your job for you. But yeah, it's crazy, man. So again, don't be angry. Just, I don't know, guys, and ladies, just, I don't know, like it's online dating, like again, the odds of you finding somebody it will be rare. It will be very rare, but don't be angry about it. I mean, just I don't know, take everything with a grain of salt. What can I tell you? That's a decent saying, but yeah, just I don't know, don't be angry to the next person. That's all. Don't be angry to the next person. Sorry. Don't Oh yeah, and make sure you speak clear English. Assuming you both speak English, I'm just saying I've experienced that problem many times. I live in Toronto. So yeah, another person I talked to here. Again, everything went well. I thought we had a little good connection there, and I don't know, like she got my sense of humor. I got hers. I would say stupid shit, dumb shit, and she would say some shit as well. And yeah, I didn't care. Whatever, do what you got to do. And I'm trying to get a date with her, and I don't know. She said like the next day it's supposed to snow 10 centimeters. I don't think it snowed at all. So I could tell something's already up, and I made like a stupid joke. Worst case, if it snows, we can have a snowball fight. And then, afterwards we can fuck in the snow and, have some fun and build a snowman and blah, 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 and that's it. That's just simple shit, So I said, let me know when you're free, whatever, So, I don't know, usually she's messages me every day. And then, I don't know, all of a sudden she got really quiet. And, I'm like, okay, what did I do now? Because, I'm a guy and, we piss off women. We have no idea how we do it. Most of the times it could be just a simple way of how we said hello. I'm just kidding, but not really. So then she finally messaged me, and because I asked her, I'm like, like where did I lose you, and finally, I was just ready to give up. I was going to delete her number, whatever, and then she messaged me back. She goes, with all due respect, I don't find it funny with the sex comments. I'm looking for a gentleman. So, beyond tired of the dick pics, click comments, sex comments, etc. from men. So, beyond over it, I'm raising my son to be a gentleman, as it's a dying breed. You may think, I guess, I don't know. Keep in mind, she told me she was like a teacher, so this is not helping. I'm a prude or whatever, feeling this way. I'm a classy lady, looking for respect. Now, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking of a lot of things that she's already told me. She's told me, if I grab her ass, it's going to be quite a handful. She's been divorced, I believe, a few times. I don't know. She always picks guys that end up cheating on her, disrespecting her. I believe she's trying to, not be a teacher anymore and just, take a leave. And in that case, I can't blame her because I don't know how anybody could be a teacher in today's world. It's just insane. I know for the most part in the classroom you're banning cell phones, but some kid's gonna have the recorder on the whole time, just looking for a lawsuit or, some kind of bribe situation, worst case scenario, if you don't give me an A, I'm going to, tell the principal you said fuck, like, or just something, you know what I mean? So I don't know how anybody can do it. But at the same time, I don't know, she's telling the same jokes kind of back to me here. And I'm like, I don't know, like a do as I say, not as I do situation, I guess. But I can't stand people like that. But anyways, I understand men and women are different. Really? Wow, tell me more. And yes, nowadays, a lot of women have changed to be okay with FWB, which I believe stands for fuck with benefits, or in her case, fuck with booty. Um, and again, I just want to put this out there. I never once mentioned that. This is the first time she's mentioning this. I know a lot of dudes are like that. I prefer to date someone, and I mean, we had a whole date planned out. I don't know. Again, I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe she thinks she's talking to someone else. Maybe, again, the old feelings are coming back with the exes. Who knows? Anyways, with men or being with multiple men and more. That's just not me. So clearly you can tell it's one of the situations where I definitely triggered something. I mean, maybe she had sex outside and didn't enjoy it. Maybe, involved, something with snow and ice, like that scene in 9.5 Weeks. For those of you who are millennials and, Gen Z listening to this, 9.5 Weeks is a movie with Mickey Rourke. And he kicks ass. And it's at the time it was more of a it's more of a racy movie. I mean, today's standards it wouldn't be considered like a B movie, but very sexual, all that shit. And ice plays a factor, in the movie. It's not just for drinks anymore. But the point is, I don't know. Like I think it sounded like I triggered something with her and with what I said, and I didn't mean to offend, but at the same time, I mean, she's saying the same fucking shit, so I don't know what's the problem here. So, but again, again, I've said this before, and I will say it again, and again, this goes for men, women, whatever, you deal with this online thing, and it's, but I'm not even doing the online thing. Like if you're a guy, you're trying to figure out a woman, it is literally like putting your head against the safe and listening to the proper clicks and the right combination. It's, one little slip up and you're fucked. You're back to square one. So, a lot of times you just don't know what to do. And this is why, you just got to watch out. Oh, sorry, too much ice. The point is just, again, I hate people that can dish it but can't take it. Please know exactly what you are looking for online and go from there. And if someone says something offensive, don't ignore them. Just try to have a decent conversation back and say, hey, this is offensive. Don't ignore them for a while and make them look like a jerk off, messaging you a few times and whatever. Because, listen, again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you ghost somebody, you are a psycho. I don't care if it's the new norm, okay? Then the new norm is psychotic. Plain and simple, okay? Face somebody like a man or woman. That's it, plain and simple. Like I said, I always miss the days where, you couldn't wait to break up with someone or you couldn't wait to tell them off. Listen, jerk off, I don't like you anymore, okay? I'd rather fuck your brother. Goodbye. Now, has that actually happened to me? Well, not the brother part because I don't have a brother, but yeah, fuck, she said she wanted to, fuck one of my friends and I don't know, she was really mad at me and she made fun of my dick size, but then 6 hours later she was sucking it. And the point is, ladies and gentlemen, be clear on what you want and have the balls to say it. That's all. Well, like this person, I actually give her some credit here, sort of, but let me explain here. So, we had a good little connection here, back and forth. Not bad, Started texting, cool, whatever. And I told her I have a podcast, which I'm not going to lie to you, at this point, either works for or against me. Sometimes it works for because, people like how I express my feelings and all that shit. And sometimes it's, it's the exact opposite. So she said, I listened to your podcast episode and noticed you have a strong opinions about people who aren't native English speakers. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember saying any of this shit. I've said before, you should, if you're trying to connect someone or connect with someone in English, you should try to speak English. I think that's pretty. I think it's pretty straightforward. No, I don't think I'm asking for a lot here. And yeah, some people, they start learning the language and all that, but like, you got to let me know that. You know what I mean? So. And again, it's a joking podcast, guys. Just oh God, and it just whatever. The point is, I don't know. She thought I was maybe being racist, I guess, and I don't know. Listen, I'm a white guy in my 40s, male. I'm probably gonna get blamed for everything racist that's gonna come up in the next 10 years. So I'm screwed either way. But what are you going to do? But then she said here, as an immigrant, I found that perspective a bit off-putting. I believe everyone has their own journey, and being born in a place doesn't automatically make someone more deserving or superior. I also got the same that you were defensive when I asked about basic things like your age, which felt a bit contradictory given how opinionated you are about the dating pool. Now, let me stop you right there. I have never lied about my age. Okay, I'm probably gonna get some shit for saying this. Surprise, surprise. But I'm gonna be honest with everybody out there. All right, I am 42 years old. I'm a male. I am half Greek, half Italian. I am very proud of both my heritages. Through Ancestry.com, I found out I'm 4% Jewish, 8% black. So I got nothing to hide, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing. Okay? And if you're a guy lying about your age, you're gay. It's just the way it is. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm going to get some shit for saying that. It might sound homophobic. It's not. It really, like if you ask a guy what their age is, they should automatically 42. Okay, but if you ask a guy their age, and they say something like, well, I mean, what do you think? Come on. I mean, just, say your age. Like, I get it, like, not to ask a woman's age. I get that. I completely understand that. But if you're a guy, just say your age. You know what I mean? And again, women have told me, guys have lied to you about their age, and then they see them, they're 20 years older in person, and clearly they're bullshitting, and it's old pictures, blah, 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 blah. It just never ends. So I don't know what she's talking about there. And clearly you can tell if any of my 3 fans are listening right now. Thank you for the support, by the way. Also, I have a channel on TikTok at the Malaka podcast. It's doing way better than this one. The point is, I got nothing to hide. Okay, so I don't know where that came from. I like you no matter what your age is. I'm not talking like Epstein Island shit. I'm talking like, I respect like whoever you are as a person. You know what I mean? You got to be clear on that one these days. And if you speak English or not, I don't care, but just let me know. That's all. I've had people tell me they use translators on here. That's fine. Whatever. Just don't airbrush your picture, so you look like, fucking the Mona Lisa, just help me out here. That's all, And then she said, I think we just have very different perspectives, and I'd rather connect with someone who is more open-minded. Well, 2 things to that. One, I don't know who's more open-minded than me. Jesus. The podcast alone, fuck. But second, to me, that tells me someone who she could probably control. And I get that. I've been out with women who clearly again, I'm not judging every woman on this. Okay, let's make that abundantly clear. Okay, all right. They want someone who just basically, yeah, they can, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, probably control. Okay, and I get that. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Maybe you've been through some shit in the past, and I'm not gonna take it. And you're gonna do your own thing, and you want someone who's more, open-minded to, putting up with your lies. I understand that. That's one thing I've also noticed too is a tip to every guy out there. Ladies, if you could plug your ears for 2 seconds, please. Thank you. Guys, it's every guy out there. Women do not like angry guys for the most part. I mean, if you meet a woman who really likes an angry guy, I'm sure they'll be amazing in bed, but realistically, don't fuck with them. I'm telling you, it's just not worth it in the long run. And just, and especially foreign women, okay? They do not like any confrontation. Some Russians, Indians, sure, whatever. Sounds racist if you're a millennial, go fuck yourself. But the point is, they don't, especially right up front, they don't like confrontation or, if there's going to be battles and shit. Sometimes I can't help it. I'm Greek and Italian. I'm an Aries. It's in me, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing I can do. So clearly I didn't connect with this person. Hopefully she finds someone she can control. And I don't want to control anybody. I just want someone to split the check with me. All right. And am I asking for too much? Especially with these fucking tariffs, kicking in. Come on. Something's got to give. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, just don't lie. Don't make up shit and accuse the other person of saying something which they didn't. And it's just stupid. It really is. It's pretty childish. Just be honest. I mean, if you don't like the person, cool. If not, then that's it. Move on. That's all. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I've probably said this a million times too, but one more time, it's not going to hurt. If you're trying to get to know somebody, pick a time where it's good for you and yourself. And what I mean by yourself is more than likely you're alone, it's quiet, you don't have a whole bunch of shit going on in the background. So as one woman, just every time I talk to her, just literally every time, and I get it. Like, people have kids and shit. I don't want to hear, oh, it's tough being a parent, blah, blah. I know it's tough being a parent. That's why I'm not one. Okay? Plain and simple. That's it. Okay? Some people want to have a kid and I don't know, they think they're going to have a fucking movie star. Me, I'm realistic. I look in the mirror, there's no chance of my kid looking like a movie star. Nothing. He might be the next Mr. Clean, if I'm lucky. Other than that, that's it. Okay? But at the same time, if I give you a call, or especially if you give me a call, can you please make sure your kids are not yelling in the background, the TV is blaring, everything is just going nuts, and I don't want to hear about your pacemaker and you have a device on you that you have to keep on yourself for 48 hours and maybe you might blow up if you take it off, and your kid's yelling in the background and you're yelling back at your kid while you're talking to me and you're having a conversation with your kid, and I don't know if you're talking to your kid or me, or I don't know, you're talking to your dog like the next Son of Sam killer. I don't know. But the point is, when you call somebody, just please, pretty please, can you just make it about you and me? And that's what this person did. It was always about her. I couldn't stand it. And every time I called her out on her shit, she'd get mad at me because she's not normal. And I just want a normal woman. Is it that hard? Is it really that hard to find someone who you can have a normal conversation with, who doesn't accuse you of lies, who doesn't make up the fact that they send you dick pics? I never got back at that. I'm sorry. The one person there that mentioned dick pics, I've never sent a dick pic in my life. My dick is nothing to write home about if people are still actually writing notes home. And I never did that, and then I called her out on it, and she said, well, I didn't actually mean you. I'm like, well, the way you said it was implying to me. No, I didn't. Fuck, man. Holy cow, episode 48. But the point is, okay, the main theme for today, ladies and gentlemen, is just be honest, okay? Don't make up shit. Something happened to you in your life, please, I don't want to hear about it, okay? Not till after we have sex. I'm just being honest, okay? In the afterglow, after, you can fucking beat me in the head with a hammer, okay? I'm not going to feel nothing. But at the same time, it's too much too soon. I don't want to hear about your problems in the first 4 minutes. Please. So in the end, please have a game plan when you do this online dating thing. Make it a good one. And be honest. Don't make up lies. That's it. That's it. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another honest episode of Computer Love, part 48.
All of a sudden, you speaking English now, huh?
A little.
A little my ass, you lied to me.
I didn't say I didn't. You assume I didn't.
Assume I kick your little Beijing ass right now, man. I ain't scared of you. I know you know that little tricky shit. Come on.
I'm not responsible for your assumption.
You full of shit. You understand that? You full of shit.
Not being able to speak is not the same as not speaking. You seem as if you like to talk. I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are.
What the hell did you just say?